Hey boy, straight out of prison. Gee. Another one. Ooh. Alright guys, welcome back. So we're up in the yard today because there's something that I've wanted to do for quite a while after getting the car remapped, was to upgrade the brakes. So I looked online and everyone said that you should go with PBS. So that's what I done. I was going to go for a big brake kit, but it's about £1,000 for the discs, pads and the actual calipers, so I decided that I probably won't do that because it's only running about 18 more horsepower. So yeah, I got these a few months ago and I just never fitted them, so I got two for the front and two for the back. And to cut a long story short, I bought a new camera. I don't know if anyone could notice, but what I also got was like a muffler thing on top of it, so it kind of blocks out the wind sound. And what I did was I actually put it over the mic, so everything that I recorded yesterday is now basically worthless. So what I'll do is I'll go through what I did on one side, but I won't actually be changing anything. So yeah, I'll go through that, but I've also got to change the rear ones, which I will go through. And also, my dad has got rid of some overalls because they don't fit him anymore, so it's time to put on the fresh jumpsuit, straight out of Compton. Hey boy, straight out of prison. Gee. So this is what it looks like without the wheel off. So here you've got your spacer. You may or may not have one of these on your car. You've got the disc, the brake disc, and you've got the caliper. And inside the caliper you've got the pads here. So in order to get access to change those pads, you've got two bolts here. You can take off either one. I'd recommend taking off the bottom one so the shoe opens up like that, because it's still connected to this brake line. And if you take the top one off and pull it down this way, this brake line will have tension under it, and that's not really what you want. And then on the inside you have a piston, so whenever you press the brake, the piston pushes the calipers into the disc, and that's what slows you down. I won't be taking that off now just because it's been done before and it's quite a tedious job. But we'll get onto the rear pads and it's very similar, just a bit smaller. So I'm going to stick this wheel on and then we're going to jack up the back side of the car. And just to let you know, whenever you're working on the back wheels of the car, or whenever you're lifting up the back of the car, always put something in front of the front two tyres if the car is pointing down, and behind them if the car is on a hill. Because the handbrake is on the back two wheels, so if you've got those two wheels up in the air, there's nothing stopping the car from rolling, so make sure you do that. So ideally you'd want to get a brick or something, but there's no bricks down here, so I'm just going to use the tooth of a bucket. Got another one. So bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Right, so I've done one side already, but I don't think I explained it very well, and it's the first time I've done it, so I feel better doing this side. So with the caliper, you've got two bolts. You've got one here and you've got one down here. So what you'll need to do is unscrew those two bolts, and then this part here, from here to here, comes off, and then that'll give you direct access to the pads. The problem that I had with on the other side was this was stuck on very hard just because of the piston pressing against it. So I'll try and get it, film it from this side, see if I can get anything, but basically you get a flathead, you stick the flathead in there, you hit the other side with a hammer, until it comes out. But I'll see if I can record it now. So in order to take those off, you'll need a 12mm, and that's that one loose, and that's that one loose. That's one, that's two. So yeah, like I said, because there's a piston on this side that's pushing up against the brake, or up against the pads, this can be very difficult to get off. So what I did was I got a flathead, stuck it in there, and hit the other side with a hammer. And that should be it. So just to show you how it works, so you've got your brake line that comes around and is attached to this, so you need to watch out that you don't put any tension on that, because that can break. Inside the actual caliper you've got this metal bracket, and these two bits sit here, and that just helps keep the caliper in. And then right at the back there you've got the piston. So what you have to do is get a flathead in there, screw it clockwise, and then it will slowly go in, but I'll try and get a video of that for you. So you get your flathead in between the grooves like that, and then you just turn clockwise until it goes in as far as it can. You know it's all the way in because you'll start turning it and it won't go in anymore. It's like it is now. So leave that on the side, and now you take the pad off. So this is the outside one, and there's another one on the inside, and that's that one off. So these are the two pads. So similar to the other ones, there's still about half life left on it. So let's stick in the new ones. So these are what the new ones look like together, and these are what the old ones look like together. So as you can see, there is a big difference on them. So let's put them in. So there's nothing special about putting these pads in. You just kind of have to slide them in. So that's that one in, and the back one just goes in exactly the same way, like that. Now the difficult part is trying to get this back over it. So the best way I find is to go on the bottom side of it and hold up where the handbrake cable is, and then you can lift it over. So I'll do that now. And also don't forget to put in your little metal bracket. So that just goes in the inside here, like that, and then it has two prongs, they just fit in like that. So now if I pull this up, and as you can see, it has gone over the caliper. So you just put that back into place. You know it's back into place once you have lined up the two holes where the bolts are meant to be. So we just line them up. Like that. And the bottom one is exactly the same. So you might run into the same problem with me, and that's when you're doing this bolt up on the bottom. You have it both on the front, but when you're doing this bottom bolt up, oh, it seems to be working fine now. But what might happen is this bit here, oh, down here there's the little nut, and that may start spinning, and if that does happen, what you need to do is just get a spanner like this, put it over it, and then do it up like that, and that will stop it from moving. So now that that's all done, we just need to put the wheel back on. So let's go.
Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. Some days I feel skinnier than others.
So whenever you're doing a tyre backup, once it's on the floor, always tighten them up in a star pattern. So if you start from here, you go like that, that. So what I always like to do is star pattern and then do it again after that, just to be sure. Geez, it looks like the car's rolling. Another one.
Take my eyes open to force reality.
Look at that stance. Jeez. Right, so guys, that's the car all back together now. Hopefully that will be the end of it and it will be all good. If not, I'll put something at the end. I'll put it right here. And if I haven't said anything, that the car is all good, it's all gravy. So just as well, what you need to do once you've finished all your brakes, watch out, because when you put your foot on the brake when you first start the car, the brake pedal will go straight to the floor, and that's because the pistons are back. So give it a pump a few times until it's back to normal. You should be all good. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.